Hey guys, Countryside Adventures here, and today we are going to be going over my tackle box and what I use and how I use it. If you want to, go check out my friends' YouTube channels. They fish with me. We always have a great time fishing together. I think Yo Boy Curtis is my friend Curtis, of course, and then Colton G. And if you can, please go subscribe to them, and not only that, subscribe to me. And thank you. So let's get right into this video. So I just use an old hydration pack, which was a backpack. I use this because I used to go mountain biking a lot, and it was only like maybe 20 bucks, but I just threw it together as a tackle box. Since I go in the creek all the time, I don't want to carry around some heavy tackle box that I don't want to just set down and leave, go down the creek and have to come back and get. I just throw this on my back. And it is great. I've used it all this summer and it just works perfectly fine. So let's get started into this. It buckles in, so it'll keep it steady and tight. It has two pockets, real big pockets. In the front, the very back big pocket is the one I use the most. I'm able to fit 3 very large clear tackle boxes into it like this, which holds plenty of enough tackle boxes. Now, first off, I have this old Yum tackle box. Now, I didn't buy it with this stuff in it. I traded my friend Colton for, I think it was for like just a couple of lures or something, like some tube jigs or something like that, and he gave me it. This mostly has hard plastics spinnerbaits, mostly for my bigger kinds of baits. Like right here I have my Senkos, which is I think watermelon flake. I have about a pack of those. And then I have these curly tail worms, not all the same color, just a big wad of them. I don't even know where they came from. Yeah, over here I just have a humongous wad of old rusty freaking hooks. I don't even know what half of them are, that my friend Colton just handed them over and said, here, if you can unwad these, you can have them. I said, all right. And over here, I use these for trailers sometimes, or sometimes by itself. They're really good hard plastic, especially for the creeks. Like, I'm not talking about like a small stream or anything like that. I'm talking about like a pretty big creek, maybe like, I'd say about 30 feet wide. But I need restock on these. I only have one left. Whoops. But over here I have all my spinnerbaits, which a lot of them are pretty old. Right here I have a Leatherman tool, which is great. You don't have to carry a pocket knife. It's got pliers, pocket knife, scissors, and everything in it. I always carry an extra pair of scissors just in case, because you never know. Let's start out with this one. This one is just a plain black and yellow spinnerbait. And I put, again, one of those soft plastics as a trailer for it. And don't laugh at this one. Colton put the trailer on this one. Even though it's not the same color, I'm going to buy a Yum package with a whole bunch of trailers on it with different kinds of colors so you can match them. But he rigged up this because I had nothing else to use in the creek, and my tube jigs weren't working that day. It just depends on what the fish want that day. I have this little one, very bright one, and this one that I've used where the little strings have been coming off on it for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just from fish pulling them off, because there's only that little rubber band holding them on. I'm rambling on, so let's keep going. So this is really it for my first tackle box here. I don't have that much because I just started over the summer. I just got real big into fishing. I mean, I fished before that, but just over the summer I've gotten real big into it. And this one, this is mostly creek stuff. That stuff over there was like anything. Could be pond, it could be lakes, rivers, creeks. Sometimes, depends on how deep they are, but this is mostly for the creek that I use. So, starting off, I have tube jigs. Tube jigs are awesome to have because fish will bite on them. Any kind of fish, any species will bite on them. This is one of my favorite colors. I've actually caught my PB bass, largemouth bass on it. Smallmouth bass go for it, largemouth bass, bluegill. This is my crappie grabber. Crappie always, like, go for these. I don't know why. Just this color. The red one's sort of not as good. Then I just have a couple other just random tube jigs, like red heads with white tails. I have these sparkly purple with white tails. And then for some reason I have an orange head with green tails that came with the sparkly purple. For some reason I think it was a mistake in the factory. But over here I just have like a white worm kind of thing. I don't know, I've never used those. Those are new. I have these other white worm things that I thought these would be good for the creek. I've only used those a couple times. Then I have these really cheap 98-cent like baby frogs, I'm guessing. They don't work so well, but I guess they're made for like ponds along the edges. And that's just for like bluegill for some reason. I don't know who would want to catch those, but these, I use these since I fish in the creek a lot. The hooks aren't the best on it, but it's alright. It's like a crankbait, but it's a crawdad. Over here I just have a cheap frog that I found. I have a whole bunch of different varieties of jig heads. I just have these regular silver ones. I have ones with eyeballs on them, like this one. And then I have over here these kind ones, just a straight head. And I have just weights. I have this little hard plastic swim bait right here. Doesn't work too well, but it's a lure. Now over here, it's one of my favorite. I need to get some more rooster tails because I lost mine in the creek and I only had one. But these things are awesome in the creek. They have a little spoon. It's like a fish head and it has a tail. And the hook's like mixed up with the tail so they can't really see the hook. And I have a big wad of these hooks that a friend Colton gave me, which aren't that bad. They look almost brand new. Just gave me a big wad of them. And that's my creek tackle. And down here is mostly just some more soft plastics and some hard baits. Like my crankbaits and stuff like that in here. I have this crankbait. I don't even know why I bought it. It's like, I guess I liked it because it's color or something, but I was stupid when I bought this because this is huge, like really stupid to use. I have these. Sometimes I use them for trailers. Thought they would be good for the creek, but I guess not. They're not that good. They're just baby crawdads, really. And I have this crankbait right here that my friend Colton traded me for. But I need to change the hooks on them. The hook isn't that good. They're real old and rusty. And then this size of a crankbait is perfect for the creeks. This will get you like smallmouth. That's really it, but smallmouth are really fun to catch. Usually anything will go for a crankbait, but mostly in the creek it's smallmouth. And right here, I guess they call it a spoonless crankbait, I guess is what Colton calls it. It's just a shiny, rattly bait, I'm guessing. Over here I just have like a little bass swim bait. I've used this a couple times. I've only caught like, I think it was like a crappie. I think it was either a crappie or bluegill. I can't remember. I just took it off my hook and threw it back in. Then I have these little swim baits. These are great. And then, really, that's it. So back to my bag. This is the Ozark Trail hydration pack. In the front pocket, I have like 8-pound line and some scissors just in case. Sometimes I put in my headlight just in case if it gets dark while I'm fishing because I fish real late at night. Sometimes I fish all day long. But these boxes are awesome to buy and just shoveling them in there. they have a scale on the front, like they have metric and US on it, and they just slide right in there, just straight up and down, and it works perfectly fine, especially for the creek. You don't want to be carrying a humongous tackle box with you when you're walking because you don't want all that weight. And then there's still enough room to put the hydration pack in the bottom if you want to. Sometimes I don't because it's just more weight, and sometimes I just pack me a big water bottle, put it on the side. But this bag is also great because once you buckle them, only give me a minute, you just buckle the sides up. Once you buckle the sides up, it comes with this thing for bicyclists to put their helmets in. And it's great to put your handle of your rod inside, and it will protect your reels. And you can carry like 2 or 3 rods and reels with you when you're out fishing, and just put them in there. And then whenever you want to switch rods, you just take one out and put your old one back in. So you're not waiting forever just to switch rods, or maybe you have to carry one, just set one down and throw a couple casts. That's why it's really great. And picked it because it's like a backpack, just throw it over my shoulder and everything. And also like it because it has a waist belt attached to it, this thing. So whenever I bend over to pick some up, it doesn't slide over to the side of my back and go into the water. But yeah, that concludes my video for my tackle box. If you guys want to see any more videos, I do camping, I do hunting and fishing. Like you said, I just seen fishing. I did my tackle box, but if you guys want to see like what rods and reels I use, like what kind of tackle boxes that I used to use for travel, not like for anything but the creek. Yeah, like I said, I do camping a lot. I have like a whole bunch of camping accessories over the summer. I do hunting a lot too. If you guys want to see any of those videos, put them down into the comments and I'll make them for you. Bye.